What are the key actions that will drive change now in the immediate short term? That's different from, things that have been done, in the past before COVID.
Yeah, so the first one we're seeing, and I'll talk a little bit, we talked about digital technologies, but the first we're seeing is that in phase one, as we're falling off the cliff, we don't, I think Australia and New Zealand have sort of established where the bottom is, and now we're sort of, figuring out how you put all that stuff to put the pieces back together. But we're in react mode. And so a lot of, we've known, for instance, we needed to be more distributed teams, right? There's a perfect example. But the reason that a lot of organizations didn't do it is exactly what Nick was talking about. It's this command and control, top down, what I call management by surveillance. That is, if I can't see you and you work for me and I can't see you, I don't trust you. Like, I don't trust what you're doing. And even companies like IBM actually used to have work at home policies, and they shot them, thinking that, no, it's the worker's fault. The worker's not getting the work done, so they got to come back into the mothership. That is one of the greatest opportunities, is the unbundling of teams to allow work to be more distributed. And so what we suggest people push on more team-centric work within organizations that are again problem-centric, that where the team is empowered to actually solve the problems that it's being charged with, and to do that with whatever human resources make the most sense. So, for instance, one of the things, both in Australia and New Zealand, you've got similar characteristics in that you've got strong urban centers, but then very widely distributed rural areas, right? And so you get, for instance, in New Zealand, with a third of the population in one city, you get a lot of aggregation of people, but then that it becomes more and more expensive. The San Francisco Bay Area is impossible to live in for a lot of the people that we think of as support workers. The people we're calling heroes nowadays, like health workers and teachers, can't live in San Francisco because it's too expensive. So instead, think of this as an opportunity for the reset, to find talent where it lives and let it stay there. And so you've got to become, if you're going to manage the network, you've got to become a better talent acquisition machine. But don't think of it as acquisition as in something you own. Think of it as being able to continually channel those talents to solve problems. So problem-centric teams, distributed teams, remote workers, those are all tremendous opportunities in the reset, because we're all doing it now. You must instantiate those processes, or else what you get is a return to management by surveillance. I mean, there are even companies around the world that are trying to put software on the desktops of people at home, watching their eyes to see if they're actually looking at the screen and working at that particular moment. Well, that's just management by surveillance with exponential technologies. That's a failure if what we're going to do is instead empower workers to be able to become problem solvers.